folks, we're up at one of my favourite places on the planet. We're up at McConaghy Contracts, right in the north coast. McConaghy Contracts have been JCB men basically all my life. Maybe in my younger days, I remember Mapros and Terexes about here. You maybe weren't even here, Andrew, at that time. But it's always been JCB, and we were running out of time with the 419, and I thought to myself, there's no better place to see what these guys think of the new Stage 5 419. They already have their own 419, and then they have what they call the daddy, the 435. Andrew, I know you haven't been buck raking, but you were the buck rake man. What's your thoughts, and why is it always JCB here?
I think the best way to answer that is just, that's the reason there. We had 414s, as you said, after the Mapro and the Terexes. Things maybe weren't coming in as fast. Weir rake, weir harvester.
Yeah.
414 is a very good machine, but you know yourself, when it did come in that wee bit quicker, they started to give a wee bit of trouble. At that moment in time, we weren't sure what way to go. There's ones told us to go Volvo, but we bit the bullet, bought the 435, and that has reassured us big time as JCB is. For us, that's the way to go, I think, anyway.
Well, I mean, it is probably the one product that is designed with clamp work in mind.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody could run down a Volvo or any of the other brands out there because they are unreal bits of kit.
Yeah.
The strength, the durability,
yeah.
the longevity, everything is in them.
Yeah.
But for old-fashioned power to weight ratio, that's what JCB have put the effort and the time into.
Yeah, 100%.
And they have upped the game with this 419, be giving it that extra 15 or whatever it is, 15 more horsepower there in the Stage 5, introducing the dynamic. Hello, Chris. Chris, who was driving it, said, I don't know what you would ever want it out of the dynamic mode for. But you didn't maybe get on it yourself, but what was the feedback on the new one beside your own one?
Very good shovel again, but as far as I have to agree with Chris on personal view, because if the power's there, you're always going to use it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know maybe a fuel economy and things, you can turn it off, but let's be serious, you're not. Nobody's really going to turn it off.
No,
I don't think.
No.
But again, the 419 is a brilliant machine. It's first party weight, it's fantastic. Nobody can fault it, I don't think.
When you bought the 419, so understand the 435 came first. It was the big step up. When the 435 was here, you were still running a 414.
Yeah.
The 419 is probably, quote unquote, the direct replacement for the 414, 416.
Yeah.
How big a jump was there between those two?
A really, really big jump.
Yeah.
No, it's a totally different machine. The axles, everything. I mean, that was the problem. The 414, 416, maybe not as much. 414, yes, but that's why we really think this is the 419 is a complete all-rounder. They've fixed the problems in the 414. 414 was they kept the good parts, sort of thing, if you know what I mean. And the bits that was given the trouble, they changed it. So,
on your farm here, and you have your own agri super as well. But when it comes to like moving dung or things, other jobs, would you go for the 419 first, or would you still go for the 435?
I still go for the 435. Just, I'm used to it, and I think personally you're more a feel on the joystick. But then I haven't really drove the 419 as much. Jason McCay, the fella that usually drives this, would say different. So it's just
he would go to his own. He would go to his own shovel.
Chris is still learning the 435.
Aye, Chris is still. Oh, aye. Well, he was. You've seen the mess of him on the day we took him out the digger, you know.
Oh, I'm for it, I think.
We better not say that, or you might get a crash. But I see the wee difference in yours. You have the wee bit of a tint around it there, just to help, because you know sometimes you're pushing grass and you're pushing up, and you're looking into that sun.
Nothing worse.
It's hard.
All day, it's as hard, aye.
we're still running the two 970s. We've upgraded the pickup on both of them. So the two 970s are fairly close. I think your newer one's just slightly ahead. But you have a 435 for one and a 419 for the other. So do you really need the 435?
Yeah. I know what you're saying, but the way we work, if the two harvesters are right on the same day, the 435 goes to the bigger silo where you have to travel more, you know. The 419 would usually go to the smaller farm. And it's 9 times out of 10, maybe it's the push-off he needs with them, because as an upwarder silo,
yes,
it's a smaller rake. It's coming in that wee bit slower. The 435 always goes with a big rake. Just as for, if you have to travel over the first cut or that, that's the daddy, like it's.
But it's back to that same old thing, Andrew, that it's always about where the weakest link in the chain is. You can run the two big harvesters, which they are, but they're only as good as their environment. If there's a smaller silo or if there's a lot of carrying, or one big rake versus two rakes. JCB is definitely the machine of choice in this farm.
Yeah.
Or this farm and contracting business.
Definitely, yeah.
What's your favourite JCB of all time? That's just because you drove it. You drove it 2 solid years or 3?
The 435?
Yeah.
I drove it 3 years.
3 years.
The 414 a year before that.
And now you just scoot about and make the tea, I'm told.
That's aye. Make myself a tea, just.
I think it's a beautifully matched shovel. I think the horsepower to the weight.
Oh, yeah.
And I think even now, and this should interest you, and when you get into the Stage 5 model of the 435, they've actually upped the power more.
Yeah.
To get the same, is it 17 horsepower per tonne?
Yeah.
And that's moving up from 14 or 15.
Aye.
And that's bringing it in. So the two of those, your new Stage 5 435 and your 419 Stage 5 have exactly the same power to weight ratio. So they should, in theory,
yeah.
if you've the right buck rake configuration. You're pushing with a big buck rake in your 419. No problem.
Again, no problem. Unless it's wet or grass, you do notice a difference in weight, but the machine has the capability of working with it every other way. Like. And if there's not ever where you go you can use it, because you need the push. If the two machines is there, the silo is not really built for two fold-out machines, so you need a push-off. There still is a place for a push-off. There always will be.
Okay. Oh, I see your money carry around the corner there. Leo. That's been here a long time, I do believe.
A long time.
Well, is the 435 up for a change, son? Bound to nearly be. It bound to be heading towards it.
Getting that time, yeah.
Because that's what's it? 4 seasons done now?
2015.
5 seasons completed. Yeah. Oh, it's a new Stage 5 435 coming. Oh.
Well, it's
the
process, maybe.
Deal's likely done, everybody, but he just won't say. I thought I seen John McAllister leaving there when I came in.
He actually was in this one. But no, nothing done yet.
But very much still the same old. I mean, I was out one day, I wanted to get a few pictures. I was out, Tucker was out in the new Big M. Sarah was watching him, took a few quick videos of him mowing a bit of ground over there at the bar mouth, and that thing is unreal.
Yeah. For mowing, they're nothing.
Unbelievable. So you're still running your fence in your New Hollands. Have you been tempted to let anything else creep in yet? I've seen a few demos were floating about this year.
We've been trying. We've been trying a few different things. But
you had the Massey. We have at the minute out.
I couldn't say anything wrong with the Massey whatsoever.
Apparently you really liked it.
I did. I will say that. Yeah. We had the 7480 Dyna VT. I was maybe used her more as a taxi maybe at that time, but I loved her. She was. I couldn't fault her again. It's the machine's.
And I seen a John Deere here.
Seen a John Deere, yeah. The only one thing about the John Deere is the price tag. But no, but I think if in our situation, maybe 2 or 3 bigger tractors for the bigger jobs, a bit more money towards them, but from a business sort of thing too, it wouldn't make sense, I don't think, to fill a yard full of them to cart with, I think they have their place,
Your New Holland, your 210, your 225 or look, even your 230 with your power command or range command gearbox. So that'll maybe change to this new dynamic command through time, but
Yeah.
that's absolutely ideal for moving trailers and moving tankers. But when you start to move into mowing applications and stuff, you are looking towards your continuously variable or your vario type transmission.
That's why I mean you should do, there is a place for two vario tractors, bigger tractor, dearer tractor, but not the yard full of them, you know what I mean?
That's right. When you still have the two fence, I do believe.
Yeah. Well,
I think that's why you're looking. It's not the truth, but without being, you're just looking to see is there anything else out there that can take.
The fence have done well with us.
Well, you love you're a Fent man.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I love the Fent. No, but I'm not running New Holland down with that. You know,
well, you love them, and look, the boss man, the gaffer. He's a Ford Blue man through and through.
Well, service is a big thing, and we cannot fault Candies. They're not a bad one out there now. I don't think it's just your own preference
and colour.
And colour.
Well, look, Andrew, thank you very much, sir. I will let you go and do a bit of hedge cutting.
You want to come with me?
No, you're all right. I don't have eye for that. I'm going to take this wee shovel home. Get her washed up, ready for the boat tonight. So, thank you, and hopefully we'll get back out with you again shortly. Cheers, bud.
No bother.